right. All right, everybody. Welcome to another week of the Meadows Makers podcast. And this week I have on a brand new guest. He's my current coworker, and we become good buddies. And I work with him there in the prosthetic shop. And so I wanted to, he's starting a journey going and starting his own backyard urban homestead. And so I brought him on the show today to talk about some of his story and just talk to you guys about what he's got going on in his little backyard urban homestead. So his name is Dimitriy, and Dimitriy, welcome to the show. And if you got what I like to do with people when they come on the show is maybe if you want to tell people a little bit about yourself and a little bit of background about who you are and a little bit about your story.
Oh, okay. Well, cool, man. I'm glad to be on this talk show, or I'm new to this, so
thanks for being here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool. Well, I guess I lived here in Alabama for 2 years, and I've become a true Alabamian here.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. Never knew that I'm going to end up in Alabama, but
you kind of traveled around the country for a little while, didn't you?
Yeah. So just starting this thing, with animals.
Yeah. So you started off. You came to the U.S. When you were like 14 or something, right? And you started off in like St. Louis.
Yep, that's right. 1996.
Cool. So what was it like? What was it like growing up? Do you have some good memories growing up and over there? And you're from Ukraine originally, right?
Yeah.
What was it like growing up over there?
Good. I wish I can go back in time and still be a kid.
Oh yeah, for sure. Is that kind of where you got your love for the outdoors and farming and doing that kind of stuff?
Yep. Visited my grandma out in the country every summer.
Cool.
Yeah. But I'm raised and grew up in the city.
Okay. So your time on the farm, did they make you like do the chores and help out with the farm and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I did a lot of garden work and butchered some chickens when I was 7 years old.
Oh wow.
Things like that. And we raised rabbits too.
Okay. So you're raising rabbits now. So that was kind of you've already experienced raising rabbits a little bit, so you kind of know what you're doing from that.
Not at all.
Okay, maybe tell me a little bit about what got you started. What got you started into why you wanted to get a little backyard livestock operation going?
Well, mainly is because our daughter is allergic to a lot of things, including eggs, cheese, peanuts, tree nuts, and things like that. So unfortunately, she can't have much of what I can. And by the way, everything I eat that she can't have, she calls I'm eating poo-poo or something, just because she knows she can't have it. But anyhow, so we just all about healthy food, We buy, all of our, meats, most of the meats, I would say, and like eggs, and used to buy raw milk from like farmers and stuff. So I figured, why not have our own? And hopefully, maybe my daughter can have some of it since it's going to be home raised. My wife
Yeah.
does. My wife doesn't trust anything at the stores, even if it says organic. She doesn't believe it.
Okay. Okay. So, did you used to eat that way before, or is this something just kind of happened recently
When I
with
was a
your
kid,
daughter?
no, when I was a kid, we used to get a lot of stuff out in the country from the farmers as well.
Okay. So when you were growing up, you used to eat from a lot of local farms and things like that as well, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice, nice. So, yeah, since a short time of knowing you, man, like, it's just been, you've got a lot in common. You just started to do the chickens and everything like that. It kind of seems like, that you just started that operation as I ended it, because I moved from the city out to the country, but during that move, I had a bunch of chickens and aquaponics and all this stuff, and then I had to lost some of my chickens, and now I'm gonna have to start all over again. But you just started up your chicken operation, and when I first came and started working with you, then you had this. You were working on this uh, chicken coop, and maybe I'm gonna pull it up on the screen here. But yeah, here it is. Yeah, what? Uh, this is one grand coop. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about how you built this and like how you came up with the idea for it.
Uh, really, just kind of built it as I went, and kind of just design it as I go. I did look at a few pictures and some videos on YouTube. There's a million of different coops out there,
Yeah.
and kind of like decided to make one and start building it in the garage, and you know, just kind of went that way. Made it a little too heavy, um,
Yeah.
heavy enough where I had to get like 8 people to move this thing outside,
Yeah,
and
I was one of them.
yeah, 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 you were one of them. And obviously made few. I would do a few little tweaks if I would do another one, and as we all, we learn as we do stuff, and find our mistakes. But
Yeah.
overall, it's been great. Like I said, I would change a few things on my next one. Maybe would have went with a lighter wood, not as heavy. But on the other hand, it's solid. So.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's yeah, you did a really good job building this thing, and it's definitely going to be there for a long time. Uh, so
Yeah.
uh, so how many chickens you got in there right now?
6.
You got 6,
Yeah,
and do you know what kind of chickens are they?
I have no idea.
They're just
Uh,
a bunch of
I just
random
went.
ones.
Yeah, yeah. Just went to a local, um, well, I guess local, you could say, um, flea market, and just picked the ones I kind of like the way they look. And I don't know much about chickens and different breed and all that, so I'm new to this.
Yeah,
All I really care is for them laying eggs for now, and that's really all I care about, for now.
yeah, yeah. So you said they've been a little slow on their egg production here in the wintertime, and you've got a few theories. Maybe there might be some that are too old, but other than that, you're
Yeah,
getting like
yeah, I'm
how
getting
many per day?
average 3 out of 6.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, but I'm blaming the winter, um, for the fact that I'm not getting more than 3, or maybe they're just some of them maybe are too old. You can't tell the age by look, so people tell you they're young, they can sell you something old that you have no idea, especially if you've never dealt with it before. So,
Right.
but they can always go for meat. So,
Yep. Yep. That's true. Um. So let me see. Let me see if I can change the picture here. So there's another close-up shot of these guys in there chilling out this afternoon. And yeah, it's really cool how you got that all set up. And then you're also doing a bunch of quails and rabbits in these in this little custom setup. If you want to maybe talk about this a little bit, you got this set up so that you can breed all the rabbits and all that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. That's the plan. But, you know, as I was saying, you know, when I built this, I wasn't planning on building it that big. And obviously, as I went, I always tend to go heavy on things and solid.
Yeah.
So all that was built in one piece. And I needed 8 people to move that thing outside again. So, but yeah, I have 5 cages for the rabbits. 2 of them, the bigger cages for the mamas and their babies, which is coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Then I'll separate them after like 6 weeks, and we'll see. Maybe I'll end up getting more cages done. And now the cage with the light got quail in it, and
yeah. How many quail are in there?
It was 30 in the beginning. 2 of them died. I have no idea why. I think I have too many male quails in there. Okay. But you know, have some issues with that part as far as the way it's built. I wish I could have done something different, but then again, we make our mistakes and we learn on mistakes. So hopefully my next one would be more efficient for the quail.
Yeah, and you were telling me that the quail eggs, there might be a, you know, we're talking about kind of like some numbers and all that on the quail today, and it sounds like the quail eggs can actually be in somewhat of a demand. I guess it's a little bit of a specialty item, huh?
Yeah. I'm, you know, they're healthy and they're pricey at the store, and hopefully, well, the thing with the quails, why I even got those quails, because I was hoping that maybe my daughter can eat those because she can't have chicken eggs.
Oh, really?
And I've heard that the quail egg is actually healthy and treats a lot of the allergies, which I don't know if it's going to be my case or not. Hopefully it is, but we haven't tried it yet. Waiting for the test to be done.
So she can't eat chicken eggs whatsoever?
Yeah, she can't.
Not even if they're like organic or anything, huh? Or, you know, like non-GMO feed, no antibiotics.
We haven't really tried the home our chicken eggs yet.
Okay.
Just simply because my wife is scared. But I think we're going to do a few tests here with allergists and see if we can have tests for our chicken eggs and mainly for the quail eggs.
Okay.
So
cool. Well, yeah, I hope the quail eggs work for her.
Yeah, I hope so too. But tell you what, man, this quail, they're a piece of work. You know, I mean, I thought rabbits were kind of, you know, taking a lot of time and, you know, taking a lot of care for them. But the quails, man, that beats everything so far.
Yeah, really.
They're not the cleanest bird. You know,
yeah,
they make a lot of mess.
Yeah. You're telling me, and I just went over there this evening to help you, and I helped you do a few of those chores, and it seems that those quail, you have them elevated a little bit off of a tray to catch all their poop and everything, and it looks like they filled that thing up.
Yeah, and I wish I would have done the tray on the bottom versus just a flat plastic,
Yeah.
But like I said, my new cages are going to be much more efficient. But like I said, we all live and learn. So I don't regret. I would not know unless I make that mistake. So
Yeah, exactly, brother. Yeah, it's that's what I like to talk about a lot on the show is that just to get out there and just start. And a lot of times for a lot of people in it, and personally, one of the biggest things in my journey was to actually just start to do look for the property, get the property, and just start. And a lot of times that's the biggest part of the journey. So
yep.
so
So I'm looking in the future to get more quail. So I got this project in my mind that I'm working on. Hopefully it works out. Which would be another source of income. Those quail eggs are not cheap, and there's not a lot of people around here that raising quails and selling eggs and even quail meat.
yeah, and you're able to do this all within city limits, right? You're still kind of all in the city somewhat.
Yeah. Don't say my address or anything. I don't need the city here. I can't have any of that. But I figured if my neighbor's got a rooster for many years and ducks and nobody complained, I figure I can do similar, but no rooster.
Yeah, that's what it is about. Yeah, I mean, I was raising chickens in the city, and I had no issues with I was giving some fresh eggs to the neighbors and stuff like that, and yeah, nobody ever gave me a problem with it. But yeah, that's really what it takes. Is just having your neighbors on your side, and it doesn't matter whatever the local rules are, as long as you got your neighbors on your side.
Yeah, I don't have one neighbor on one side. Nobody lives in this house. And the other side, there is a lady that she surrounded by animals because her other neighbor on the other side of her got a bunch of chickens and roosters and ducks. So I'm sure she's having fun. Maybe she's enjoying it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Like you guys will have a little self-sufficient neighborhood. Sounds like.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, you're kind of talking about some plans on expanding this and maybe turning it into a little homestead farming operation. And do you got any thoughts about what would call your little farm?
No, not yet. Not really. I mean, I'm kind of.
This is just like kind of an experiment right now and seeing
Yeah.
where it
Yeah.
leads.
Exactly. Yep. But I'm already having my first sales on my quail eggs, which is good.
Yeah.
And but I can only sell so many because I only got a few quails. But if that thing goes well, I'm looking to get up to 500 quails possibly here shortly.
Yeah, wow. That's that'll be a big expansion from the 30. So that's
Yeah, also a lot of work.
so what does it take? So I know we were talking about it a little bit today, but you said you wanted to build like a 10 by 10 shed or something like that to house them in.
Yeah, something like 8 by 12 or 10 by 10 shed with few windows and a door like a walk-in, and have stackable cages, and this
Okay.
way they'll be warm. They need a warm climate, and it'll keep the noise down as well. So,
Yeah, so
uh,
that was something that you were telling me originally is that the quail, they like a specific temperature range to be very productive with their egg production.
yeah, you want to be you want to keep the temperature kind of even at all the time, plus
Okay.
minus a few degrees, but you don't want a big change. Like they are outside right now, and during the day it's nice and warm, and we have colder nights, and it's definitely not healthy for them. So Yeah, you want to keep them at 70 degrees, 73 degrees, 75 at max probably, and that's for the best egg production. Now they will live in cold, because they're outside birds, they're game birds, and they come from from you know um, living outside, so they're fine, but their egg production is not as good when they're
Okay.
cold.
Okay. Yeah. And so what the 30 quail that you have right now, you also said something about light and how many hours of light they like, and you said that
Well, what
they don't
I
really sleep very much, I guess.
what I found out through my research and watching a bunch of videos that from people that raise them. Basically, quail requires about 14 to 15 hours of light,
Oh, okay.
and they only sleep, 4, 5, 6 hours at most, and this is really all they need. Um, Especially if you want a good egg production. Now,
Okay.
you can keep them in the dark; they'll be fine, but you're not going to have egg production that you want them to be. Um, so the thing is, you keep them in the light during the day, and then you got to turn the light on, especially if it's like a winter time. The days are shorter. So the way I have it set up, as soon as the sun goes down, my light kick in, and it stays on for 4 hours or 6 hours, and it's 6 hours now, but it, during the summer, it'll probably go down to like 4 hours with the time change. Yeah.
Okay. And so this thing works off of a sensor that once it gets too dark, it just kicks it on its own and starts that timer or something like that.
Yeah, that's correct. It just as soon as the sun goes down, and it just kicks on.
And that's something that you found at the just a Lowe's department store, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's a big thing around the Christmas time because people buy those for their Christmas decorations outside. It's outdoor um, rated. So I guess what it's really being used for is for like the Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
And they don't run during the day, and they'll just turn on when it gets dark.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
Great,
it's
great little device.
something real simple because you don't have to program any timing into it or anything like that. It's just got a few selectors on time, and it's got a remote that goes with it as well, so you can remotely operate it.
Yeah, yeah, that's fairly simple. It's only a few buttons, few options, and that's all you really need, especially for what I'm using it for. Because I don't need the light to go on at a certain time. It just needs to go on as it gets dark.
Cool. Cool. So yeah, lately we kind of been getting into uh some different things, and one of the things was we went to go. You got me involved in going and delivering a sheep to somebody a little while back, and then we also learned how to do the butchering of the sheep and all that as well. Um, and
Yeah,
also some pigs. And
yeah, yeah. That was a quite experience, and
yeah, it is. Yeah. And yeah, so was it the first time that you had ever butchered those type of livestock before?
uh, personally,
Like gone through the process?
yes, but I did help uh, with it before. Well, not really help. I would say I was just kind of like watching a couple
Yeah.
of my friends in the past doing that, but really wasn't taking any notes because I didn't really think I'm ever going to need to do that. So, yeah,
Yeah. Well, all right.
it was experience. No.
Well,
Hope you had
yeah.
fun. I hope you had fun doing it.
I don't know if I don't know if really like I would say it's fun, but it's like, I like to have the ability of knowing how to do it.
Well, it's also fun because it's something that you do first time.
Yeah.
It's always cool to do. Well, I call it fun, I guess. I don't know, but
Yeah,
that's not.
being able to learn, like like I'm saying, like when the actual butchering part is like, or like, having to kill the animal is not, I wouldn't, I'm not, I don't think it's that fun, but I mean,
No, but we're not talking about a moment of truth. We're talking
yeah,
about uh, you know
yeah,
piecing things apart and figuring it out
yeah.
how to do this
What
or
the
that.
cuts of meat are. Yeah.
Yep. And we might have screwed it up a little bit, but you know what? Like I earlier said, you learn on your mistakes, which helped me a lot because after we've done those two little pigs and the smaller lamb, I've ended up doing a bigger lamb
And
just recently.
a bigger pig too, right?
Yeah, like the 300-pounder plus.
Wow. And you did that by yourself this time, right?
Yeah, my friend helped me.
Yeah.
Simply because it was just way too big, and even for both of us, it was just a lot of work, and the thing was too heavy, and boy, I'm probably done with butchering anything for the next 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, well, I mean, you filled up the freezer pretty good there, I think, and tonight you showed me some of your fruits of your labor there from your pig that you butchered. Just you got a bunch of pork belly here, I guess. That's all salted up. That's You said you're gonna you want to build a smoker and also smoke this too.
Yeah, yeah, it's something like bacon. Um,
Okay.
I guess it's more of a traditional from where I came from.
Okay.
Um, a lot of locals would think it's a little weird, but maybe not. I don't know. But I think it's going to turn out great. I just gotta build myself a smoker, which is in my plans to start on as soon as I find some fire brick to buy at a decent cost. And so yeah, it should be great. Should be
So
great.
so what was the process of this? What are we looking at right here? Can you? I think you can see my screen. What are we looking at right here?
You basically looking at a bunch of fat. So
But you salted them up really good then, huh?
yeah, what you do, you salt the pieces really, really good, and you let it kind of marinate itself for a week or 4 days. It's really depends on how thick the pieces are. In my case, it's been a week, and I think I'm good to go. It will not turn bad. Obviously, you don't want to keep it in the heat or on sun. It has to be in a cool place, which is we got colder nights and it's in the garage, so all taped up, so it will not go bad, especially having that much salt on it.
Okay.
Um, then the plan is to take it out, wash off the salt that's on top of it, and hang on a string or a wire for about 4 to 10 hours to kind of dry out a little bit, and
Hmm.
it will age a little bit. It already is by being salted,
Uh-huh.
and then you throw that into your smoker and you smoke it for about 40 minutes.
40
And
minutes.
yes, it doesn't need much at all,
Okay.
because you don't want it completely cooked. That's the whole idea.
Okay.
And after you done with a smoker, you just let it hang again for another 4 or 5 hours to cool off and kind of dry a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And that's pretty much it. And you can eat it that way. You can freeze it and slice it later when you're ready to eat it. It's kind of like a bacon, really,
Hmm.
but it's smoked and cooked.
Okay, so the smoking process is not about cooking it per se. It's more about infusing it with a smoky flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's stuffed. I stuffed mine with garlic as well. And, you can do seasoning on it if you wish. I just don't like a lot of seasoning. I like garlic personally.
Yeah.
So that's the way I'm doing it. Hopefully it's going to turn out good. Not that I do this every day.
Yeah, this is kind of a first try, huh?
Yeah. I've seen it done by my grandma when I was a kid. And I did call my grandma and ask her how to do this over the phone. She kind of explained some of it
Oh,
to me.
okay.
But yeah, it's a first experience. So hopefully I don't have to throw that thing in the trash.
Oh yeah, no. I think it'll come out great.
Yep. And yeah, so, but
Sweet.
I'm not sure if you know that I've also, and this is in the last couple of weeks, I'm talking, a big lamb, a huge pig, and I've also done butchered 10 chickens and 2 ducks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you had the duck yet? Uh
Haven't cooked the duck yet, but we had a few chickens already. Yes, we made a chicken noodle soup with one, and it turned out great, better than any store chicken,
hmm.
um, which is really surprisingly to my wife because she thought organic chicken from like uh, organic stores uh, would be the best, and
Yeah,
this
like
turned out to
Whole
be
Foods or something like that.
yeah, and but we haven't done the duck yet. Um,
Okay.
Also, got a freezer full of rabbits,
Oh.
frozen rabbit meat. We already had that.
Oh
I don't know if
yeah.
you cooked yours yet or not, but
No, yeah, you gave me one, and yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I was planning on trying that this weekend actually. So
yep. And recently did 10 quails as well. Um, those were my extra boys. End up having too many boys, and you can only have so many with the girls. So I had no other option but you know just you know butcher them for the meat, and they were delicious too.
cool. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of talked a little bit about, I've got the homestead and I've been looking to host some people for some skills workshops and kind of talking about maybe getting together on coming up with some ways on doing some bushcraft cooking. And so uh, you're probably going to be my guy for.
Yeah,
Would you be interested in coming out and helping out doing that?
sure. Especially we can do some squirrel as well. So I got 4 of those in my freezer,
Yeah.
still waiting to be cooked.
Yeah, squirrel's really good. So do you cook rabbit kind of how like you would cook a squirrel, like maybe put it in like a stew or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you add like any kind of like a stock, like a chicken stock or broth or something like that?
No, we don't. You know, no, not really. We don't do that. I came from a different country, so we have um, our kitchens are a little different. So
Uh-huh.
some of it you already tried, and you might have thought it was weird, but I don't know. Which a lot of people think that it's kind of like any culture. Any culture got their own dishes, and
Right.
They're different kitchens. So,
Yeah.
which you had a chance of trying some weird food,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you invited me over for a New Year's party, and I got to try some of the different cuisines from back in the motherland.
Exactly. But
And
but you
they
liked
were
it.
all really good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
So it was. There wasn't a dish that I didn't give it not like. So it was
yeah,
all good stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, man. You're a really business oriented type of guy, and you really have a gift for making sales and doing that sales kind of stuff. Is that something that you learned over time, or have you always kind of been able to be really good at talking with people and trying to get deals and stuff like that?
I mean, I wouldn't say always, but it's something that comes with a need of experience.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so you were kind of an entrepreneur for a little while, right?
Uh, I guess you can say that somewhat.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, it's cool. I mean, I just like your ability to go out and be able to haggle with people on prices and find the best deal and kind of that stuff like that. So
Well, it's not just people; it's the stores as well, and you know that from your personal experience a few days ago.
yeah, we picked up. You helped me pick up a stove at a really good price, and I'm
Yeah,
really excited about getting that out on my property. And I've been needing one because it's been so cold and needed a wood stove. And so yeah, we picked one up for a good deal. It was like had a little bit of a defect, but were able to pick it up for a really good price because of the defect.
yeah, a $400 stove for $75. I think it's a good deal.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was
from
amazing.
from an official retailer too.
Yeah, and those deals don't come by that often with the big box type stores.
Yep, yep.
So that was really
I hope
great. So
hope you get a
I really
get a
appreciate that
stove.
about you.
Oh, no problem, man. That's what
Yeah,
we're here for.
yeah, you bet, man.
Yeah.
So so yeah, man. I just really appreciate you coming on the show and being able to share some of your story and what you're working on, and some of your plans on being more self-reliant, and as a something I like to talk about and something I'm trying to practice in my own life is to just become more self-reliant and get outside of the system and everything. So yeah, I just appreciate your time today, and if you had anything else that you wanted to leave with the audience, I'll give you the last word, man.
Well, I just wanted to say, no matter what you believe in, but you the only one that can do better for yourself.
Yeah,
And just to try and new things and experience things that you might be afraid of doing, but if you're not going to try it, you'll never know, and it will bother you for the fact that you haven't tried something that you really wanted to try. So if you feel like you want to get into something and um, in anything, farming or building or whatever it is, I suggest you all try, and you'll find out for yourself if this is what you want to do and this is what's yours or not.
awesome. Absolutely, brother. And yeah, thank you for taking the time out of your day to come on with me and be able to share this. So
Yeah, man,
thanks
it was
again.
my pleasure. Yep, yep. And well, everybody, have a great rest of the day, and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. And
All right, man.
you have a great one, and we'll catch you. We'll catch you sometime soon, man. We'll catch you at work on Monday.
Sounds good. Sounds good.